Hey, welcome back to Cooking with Cranberries. I'm Amelia with Cape Cod Select, and today we are making a Cranberry Queso Blanco Salsa. And let me tell you, it's amazing. This was one came in from one of our blogger challenges. At Home with Rebecca is the blog name. Oh, it's so good, and what we love most about it is it's surprising. Like, you don't usually think of cranberries in a salsa, especially this kind of salsa. So really excited to share it with you. So we're gonna start off with 1 cup of frozen Cape Cod Select cranberries. They are available nationwide in grocery retailers. And there's actually 2 more recipes on the back, and you can see the family here. Local Carver, Massachusetts is where our cranberries are grown, and we are based out of, but again, we're available nationwide. So I'm gonna grab a cup of frozen cranberries. Put those in a small pot over medium heat. And we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of sugar. To that. Cranberries are really tart on their own. They have a very low natural sugar. So sometimes recipes will call for adding a little bit of sweetener. You can do honey to make it a little bit more natural. But they are, like I said, really low in natural sugar. So sometimes recipes will call for that because they are quite tart on their own. Next is 2 tablespoons of cranberry juice. 1, 2. And some lime juice. So I'm going to squeeze in some lime juice. I've cut up half a lime here. How much lime juice? Let's see. 1 tablespoon. So, I'm going to squeeze in my other half, just make it extra limey. Alrighty. So we're going to have that over medium heat. You don't want to make it boil. You just want to kind of warm up the cranberries. So as this is warming, I guess, you can actually prep your other veggies. So you have, just going to move these out of the way. Likely knowing me, I'll end up spilling them with my hands. So I talk with my hands. So you can be chopping up everything else that's going to go in here. So you have 1 red bell pepper, 1 yellow bell pepper, half a white sweet onion. Actually, it's a yellow sweet onion. And then 1 jalapeno that has been diced and seeded and deveined there. So you get beautiful colors going on here. So once you have those chopped up, you can place it to the side and you can prep. So we're going to need about 3 tablespoons of cilantro. And you can toss that right into the salsa too. I know some people aren't big fans of cilantro. Some people, for some reason, it tastes like soap. So if you are not a fan of cilantro, just don't put it in. Easy fix. Righty. And then also we have some, I'm just trying to see how much I'm putting in here. 1 cup of frozen sweet corn. So I'm gonna put that in. I'm not even defrosting it, just letting it keep, it'll just be cool in the salsa, totally fine. Do 1 cup of that. Great. All right, and one thing I will say that I love that our bags have is the resealable top, so that it stays nice and fresh in your freezer, but it's such great for storage because, like, sorry, corn company, but this stinks. Like, to have to, you get more likely to get freeze burned, you have to use another bag to put it in. So I will say, resealable bags are awesome. So I'm very happy that Cape Cod Select has those. Cranberries are almost done here. You just want to make it so the sugar is dissolved and the cranberries are warm, which we're just about there. But you don't want it boiling and the cranberries bursting. We're not making a sauce. And then we're also going to do a queso blanco with green chilies. So sometimes you can find it in the stores where it's like a can of green chilies with queso in it, but I couldn't find that. So I was able to grab a little bit of green chilies that are diced up here, and then I found this spicy Queso Blanco sauce. So I'm gonna actually combine the two together to kind of make what the recipe calls for. So I'm gonna improvise, and you might run into this too at one of your stores. If they don't have, specifically the Queso Blanco with the green chilies in it. So it's calling for 1 1/3 cup. So I'm gonna do, I can open it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm using a knife. Trying not to stab myself. There we go. I mean, this definitely has a little green chili in there, but we're gonna add a little bit more just to kind of give it the extra that it needs. Looking for my 1/3 cup. There it is. Okay. So I'm just gonna squeeze in so that we have a full cup of this sauce here, which is gonna be pretty much this whole thing because this is 9 ounces, so be pretty close to it. All right, I'm gonna let this sit on its cap for a little while just to kind of get all of the sauce down there. And I'm going to start in these green chilies, which they are in a little bit of liquid. You can drain it or you can just kind of use a spoon and toss them in there. But this is going to add a little bit of heat to your salsa here. And I'm going to turn my cranberries off heat now. So I was running it at medium, but then I turned it down to low, just so you know. All right, so you're using this whole thing if this is the one that you're grabbing at the store. So I am going to put this right in. I'm going to add some more green chilies. She doesn't love some green chilies. Alright. Next, I am going to drain the cranberries. So give me 1 second here. Alright, so I am going to take cranberries and drain them into this little sleeve here to get the juice away. Alright, so now I'm going to take my cranberries and I'm putting them on a cutting board and I'm going to chop them up. Like a rough chop, you don't have to go crazy. But this way that they're soft, and they're hot, so be careful. But this way that they're soft, they're easier to maneuver and cut up versus when they're frozen, they kind of rolling. So just going to let those cool for a second longer because they said they're pretty warm. I'm just reading through, making sure I'm not missing a step. Heat, stirring the liquid, rough chop, cooled cranberries. Okay. Alright, so just gonna grab a few at a time. Alright, one cranberry down on the floor. Alright. chopper, so I'm going to use it. Like I said, it's just a little rough chop. It's not pulverizing. Alright, and then as you do it, you can just add the cranberries right into your salsa. I hope getting cranberry on you. Every week I do. Alright, dropped another cranberry. Anybody else as messy of a cook as this? Or is it just me? Ugh. This way you're gonna get like a nice cranberry burst of flavor in with your salsa. So now I'm just gonna mix together my salsa here. So now it has the onions, the pepper, the jalapeno, cranberries, and cilantro and lime. We got our queso in there with some green chilies. You can do a little salt and pepper for taste. So we'll do that. Not 100% sure where my salt is. Salt. A little salt. I'm going to show you the final product here. And you can definitely add a little bit more cilantro and lime on top to garnish, or you can also do like a little of that, I can't pronounce it, cojita cheese maybe? You can just sprinkle on that on top. But that's it, look at it. Really, really yummy. You can see that, you know, the red of the cranberry in there. So that is a Cranberry Queso Blanco Salsa. I definitely encourage you to try it. It's really, really yummy and a fun way to use cranberries in a different way. So I hope you enjoyed this week's Cooking with Cranberries. I will see you next week with actually, I don't think I'll be in next week. So I'll see you the following week. Everyone have a great 4th of July and enjoy the holiday, and I'll be back the week after. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time.